quality of top salespeople is that they're courageous. They're courageous because we know that the number one obstacle to success is fear. Number one obstacle to success is fear. Fear triggers low self-confidence. Fear causes us to hold back. Fear causes us to sell ourselves short. Fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of criticism, fear of embarrassment. Fear is and always has been our biggest enemy. And what top salespeople have learned is the only way that you can succeed is to confront the fear. Do the thing you fear. The only way that you can overcome a fear is by doing the thing that you're afraid of. Now, what is the biggest fear that we have in selling? Biggest fear we have in selling is fear of rejection, fear of criticism, fear of call reluctance. If you had absolutely no fear of calling on people, you'd be a selling machine. And the more people you call on, the more people you would talk to, the more people you talk to, the better you get, the better you've got, the more sales you'd make, the more eager you'd be, the more motivated you'd be to talk to even more people, you get onto an upward spiral. But it's fear of rejection. So when I was a young man, I learned two things. The first thing I learned is the only way to deal with the fears is to do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. Confront the fear. What I learned, it was a very important insight, is that you do the thing and the courage comes afterwards. You do the thing and the courage comes afterwards. I used to sit and wait and wait and wait. When I have enough confidence, when I feel really good, when I've studied my materials long enough, when I have really got myself revved up, then I'll go out and make calls. But that's not the way it works. What you do is you get a minimum amount of information and make your first call. You, just like a dog going after a passing car, you just throw yourself at the market. And here's the second thing. Here's the second thing that I learned, and it's this, is that rejection is not personal. And it was a turning point for me. Rejection is not personal. What is your name, sir?
Fred.
Fred. Fred, have we ever met before?
No.
If I reject you, it's not personal because I don't even know you. So if I reject you, it's just a commercial response. Human beings, people in our society are confronted with 2,000 to 4,000 commercial approaches. Sales, radio, television, salespeople, billboards. 2,000 to 4,000 commercial messages a day. In order to survive, you've got to be like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. You've got to be jumping and moving all the time. So when someone calls you up, their first reaction is not interested, don't want it, don't need it, can't use it, can't afford it, not in the market right now, and I'm happy with my existing supplier. Have you heard this before? Yes, this is just a knee-jerk reaction. It's a knee-jerk reaction. Of course, this can't possibly be true, or we wouldn't be selling $12 trillion worth of stuff per year. Because if we have a $12 trillion economy, that means that $12 trillion worth of stuff is being sold. Right, so therefore, people are buying with both hands and by the trillions of dollars worth, so obviously they buy, but the natural reaction to any sales approach is rejection. And your job is to realize it's just not personal. You just let it go off your back like water off a duck's back. You just always be polite. Well, say thank you very much. Appreciate it. Go on to the next person. You know what do they say? Some will, some won't. So what? Next. And it's just as simple as that. And once you reach the point where you have nerves of steel when it comes to prospecting, your business will double and triple because you'll have no fear of calling 10, 20 people a day. You'll have no fear of knocking on doors and calling on people and even cold calling.